Now that this is all coming to an end, me moving down here for a few months and living where I wanted to live because I took advantage of an opportunity that I saw that some other people didn't see. In these few months, I've had many thoughts, but the one that stood out to me the most, that I've come to recently actually, is you don't figure out your life, you just keep walking. Now, I actually finished a journal that I've been writing in for just over about a year now. And my first proper journal entry in this journal was in this very spot that I'm sitting in right now. About a month ago, last year. And it's just kind of coincidental that it came full circle. It's one of the most interesting and most life-altering, habit-altering things you can do is journal. To be able to see your progression or regression or stagnation over time. Now, I usually don't read from my journal, my thoughts, per se. But considering this is all coming to an end tomorrow, I thought I would. I don't think there is such thing as figuring out your path. You really just keep walking and experience what comes. This isn't to say you can't come across or find things that compel you to keep walking, but you ultimately won't truly know what's just around the bend until you get close enough to see it. Whatever you come across, whether it be a person, place, or thing, you are meant to come across. Whatever you come to understand, you're meant to understand whenever you come to understand it. This isn't to say that you don't have some kind of prescience, because in some capacity all humans do. But in order to live, you have to experience life. Take the quote, "The mystery of life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced," by Soren Kierkegaard. As metaphysical as it sounds, it rings true. You can't solve life. You experience it. And the experiences you remember are the real, raw, intense ones. While I am not saying you can't aim high and for the future and betterment of yourself and others, because you should. It's part of your human nature. And it's better to be an optimist than a pessimist, but you can't forget you're alive now. You can't become disenchanted. I'm not saying that you should come to the conclusion that you're not special or that there's nothing in store for you down the road. To ignore that inclination that you're meant for more, all because you can't figure out the path, you just walk it, is nonsense. When your time comes, it comes. If you're doing things that permit payoff and the result of good ends, then you will achieve good ends. If you're taking risks to live a more original, meaningful, fulfilled life, then you will live a life that consists of just that. If you walk with optimism, you are more likely to live. If you walk with pessimism, you are more likely to exist. If you're always expecting or trying to solve, then you never get to fully experience the beauty that life can offer. Life becomes one never-ending riddle or paradox. If you're experiencing, you're optimistic and open-minded on your path. Otherwise, you aren't experiencing at all. Again, this isn't to say that you can't have plans or goals, but plans have a way of removing depth from life, just as life has a way of removing depth from plans and goals. Have and use guides. Be open. Have a philosophy, a way of being, a set of principles, and live. Follow your heart and use your mind. You have both for a reason. There's no need to pick just one. The mind to navigate and overcome obstacles and/or puzzles as you keep moving and experiencing. The heart to know where to go, what to pursue, why you're doing what you're doing, who to do it with, and just the opposites. Ask yourself, do you wish to be a sign or signal of satisfaction to others or to yourself? Be aware of what life is. Be aware of who you are and who you think you are. There are people and there are humans. So in a world full of people, be human. A human. A way of life is much more fortified in one's mind and character than trying to live life a certain way. So don't buy art. Buy masterpieces. In a world full of art, make masterpieces. Are you a man or a mouse? Be a lion. Be a shark. You may hear only dead fish go with the flow, but flow is what all living things choose to aspire to at one point or another. Effortless effort. Being. In a world full of mediocrity, dare to be great. In a world full of people, be a being, a human being. Now, I have a theory and a strong belief in my own idea, which I'm about to describe, called the current. And let's, for the sake of description, use an example and say you are a ship sailing on life's ocean. You are the captain of your ship sailing on life's ocean, rather. And you are going to come across things and meet people and go places and try activities and just live and do things that will pull you, that when you come to it, you feel something. And that is the current. The current pulls you in. And a current, per se, is a preordained path. Let's call it destiny, per se. Because when you go with the current, there's no force. You're going with the flow. You're doing things that feel like you. You're with people that feel like you. You are being who you are meant to be. You are being who you are. You are following the current. You're floating with the current. But the thing is you choose. You choose to go with the current, to follow the current, to ride the current, or you don't. You can either choose to do what feels right for you, to do what you think you should do, to do what your heart tells you is right for you, and to overcome the obstacles with your mind along the current. Just because you are following the current, just because the current is pulling you, doesn't mean there's not going to be stormy days and stormy seas on the horizon. It's going to come, but that's what the brain is for. You have the brain to solve these puzzles and obstacles and man the ship when the rough waters come. Life is too short to ignore the pull. People do. And then they end up wondering how they got there, realizing that their life never really was theirs per se, because they ignored the pull of the current. Now let me clarify something that may be confusing. Take the quote, "Only dead fishes go with the flow." This is different than that. The current isn't just going with the flow. You still have to steer the ship. You still have to man the sail. You still have to stay in the current. You have to listen to your soul, your heart. You have a mind and a heart for a reason. There is no need to pick one or the other. You have both. People tend to pick one or the other. You should use both. You don't figure it out. You just keep walking. The world is yours. Dare to be great.